Hi, welcome back. I'm Dr. Bart Anderson from HealthSource Launch You. Last week we talked about the 6 key areas of business development, and in any business, but especially in a chiropractic business. Those are leadership, lead generation, patient conversion, patient fulfillment, management, and money. That's kind of how we divide that down so we can see the different areas. Today I want to talk about a leadership point. See, leadership is more than just that component of, hey, go lead people and all that, which is great and huge, but to me, leadership is developing the be, as we reference it, or who we are. Dr. Larry Markson, a mentor of mine early on in my career, taught me that who you be determines how well what you do works. In other words, who are you behind what you do? And I think sometimes we have to begin to develop that, and that's what we see as leadership. And great chiropractors, successful chiropractors, be great communicators. They are great communicators, and they look at this in a very strategic and intentional way. I bet you too have been frustrated by times when patients don't get what you're trying to say, when times family and friends don't get what you're trying to say even. So we've got to really take this serious, because there are a lot of great chiropractors, a lot of smart people in our profession who are sitting frustrated in their office. Some of them even going out of business because they can't get the big idea across. They can't get the point across. They can't get people to see the value and to invest in themselves in chiropractic. So we got to think about communication. When we talk about communication, we really want to talk about beginning to lead people, not just dump information in. In fact, we always say ask, don't tell. People are intelligent. It's the information age. They can make sensible conclusions. You know, we use some bits and pieces of what's called the Socratic method. Socrates taught by asking and drawing out, not dumping in. And that's what we want to do. We want to do the same thing, because people believe what they say. People believe what they say more than they may believe what we say. Even though we're doctors, and even though we've invested tons of money and tons of time to be doctors, people will believe what they say, so keep that in mind. You know, the whole intention of the Socratic method is to begin to challenge the accuracy and completeness of a person's thinking, so that it moves them toward their ultimate goal. And see, what I mean by that is, so many people in your community, in your practice, in our world, don't really think accurately. If they don't think accurately, they're not going to get the results that they need. When they think, they do, they get results. And if they're not thinking accurately, they're never going to get the result that they want. So when we change their thinking and challenge the accuracy and completeness of that thinking, then we can see them begin to do things differently and to get the results that they really want. And of course, we know that they really need. So with handling objections, and objections are not just these comebacks or fights. Objections a lot of times are just ignorance. The true sense of the word, they're just ignorant. They don't understand. They don't know what they don't know. So when we handle objections, we want to do this. LQHC. Listen. Just listen. Don't come back at them so quick. Don't get so defensive, doctors. Listen. And then question. We're going to begin to question things. Ask them about that, as I just talked about. And then we're going to handle that objection. We're going to address it and let them know the truth or the accurate way of things. And then we want to begin to continue to dig and probe, or continue to check and find other things that we need to also handle. So LQHC. One of the easiest ways to do this, one of the easiest strategies, and we have things like question the question, or tag questions, or probe and dig. One of the easiest ones, and maybe you've heard of this, a lot of people have heard of this but they don't practice it, is called feel, felt, found. See, the feel component is that empathetic, it's understanding, it puts us on the same page. So when somebody says something like, well, I heard once you go to a chiropractor you have to go for the rest of your life, we can simply say, I understand how you feel. Or if they say, man, I don't know if I want to become a chiropractic patient. I don't know if I want to get in this because it looks like it might hurt. I understand how you feel. Don't you? I mean, couldn't you see that people could get those conclusions? Let's just be real about it. And the next part is felt. When we say felt, we're letting them know that other people have felt the same way. I felt the same way, or whatever. And what it does is it takes it away from just you. It makes it more objective. It lets them know that it's not that unreasonable, and that there's some other people who have thought the same thing. And then the third part is found. That says what they found out. When they dug in and they found out the details, they found the truth out. So that's when we bring the truth back to them. So feel, felt, found. Let me give you an example. Maybe the one I just used. Doctor, I just heard that once you go to a chiropractor, you have to go for the rest of your life. I understand how you feel. There's been a lot of people who felt the same way, and what they found out is in our clinic, you as the patient always have the choice. Of course, there's a lot of patients in our office who have done well and got great results, and they chose to stay for a longer period of time to pursue something we call wellness. But that's what they found worked for them. You're going to like it in our office because it's your choice. You always get to choose. Well, doctor, I don't think that I can afford chiropractic care. There's been a lot of people who, I understand how you feel. There's been a lot of people who have felt the same way, and what they found out is that chiropractic is oftentimes covered by insurance, so it's very affordable. What they found out is that in our office, there's a variety of ways to make chiropractic care affordable to you. So most people who come into our office have found that it's quite affordable and that they can in fact afford that investment. What I suggest is you find out exactly what your problem is, exactly what that investment would be, and then you'd make a more informed decision if that would work for you. Is that something that makes sense? So you can see this feel, felt, found. I just think that we sometimes want to just say our opinion, but when you say feel, felt, found, that's a great way to start thinking about it. Any objection, you can use feel, felt, found. So start practicing that. Start building who you be. Start building the communication factors for you, because I'm telling you, it is a critical component in your success. I'm Bart Anderson from HealthSource Launch You. Look forward to seeing you next time.